tempted to leave that door open, but that new man's still a little shy. I don't know if I'll need this on or not. We'll go ahead and turn it on anyway. Okay, I'm going to have to remember to shake these one at a time. I didn't pre-shake them today. Okay. I might turn that around. Okay. I might add this time a little bit of that new mint. New mint powder I have. Okay. Go ahead and spread that around a little bit. Oh, you know, I was going to clean some swipers. Boy, did I forget to do that. I'm going to need them too. I can probably get by with what I've got. Oh, I got more. Never mind. Don't panic, I found more. Apparently I cleaned a bunch more, I just didn't put them in the same spot. Which actually makes sense. Because when I use the swipers, my hands usually have paint all over them. So I keep a couple in a separate dish, kind of for what I'm going to use that, what I think I'm going to use that day. But then I got a whole other container of them over here. So let's just spread this around. We'll see how much we've got. It's going to be an undercoat, so it doesn't have to be that much paint, but I want it to be on there. I like the way this stuff sells up there. Don't know if that's really an adjective. Something sells up there, but we'll take it as it comes. Right, let's go ahead and get that on there. I said this is all just underneath stuff, so it doesn't matter particularly. Just go ahead and spread that over there. Okay, now we will start. Oh, a little bit on the edges there, didn't quite get on there. Is that all good there? Okay, all good to go. Just kind of scrape that off that way. All right, now we'll just start adding some colors. This is very similar to what we did the last time, which I liked. Oh, schmutz in there. Can't have schmutz in there. I'm going to put a little bit of dark, oh, I said a little bit of dark green. Dark green all over the place, didn't I? Excuse me, slight throat tickle. Oh, that's nice. Nice hot cup of tea. This morning was just beautiful and sunny. It's cloudy now. It's supposed to start raining at 8 a.m. tomorrow. They're very precise. Is that going to come out? Oh, there it comes. I thought it was clogged. I was just about to get my my stick to declog it. A little bit of this golden here and there. A little bit down in there. Good enough. So far so good. I'm remembering to shake these. Okay. And just a touch of the bright brown. Down in there. Okay. A little bit of orange. Some random colors, you know. A little bit of pink. Last time I was a little more careful with that, and I decided to be this time. This time too. Add some of this dark cherry red, I think. I'll put some gold in there. Oh, I put that in last time, didn't I? I put some, not gold, but other metallic. Let me do that again. Maybe a little bit of dark color right down in here. As we get down there. And that metallic, I wanted some of that this time. Maybe some other metallic. Because I keep everything nice and not, you know, I'm going to turn that fan up there. Okay, that was the wrong thing. I need the speed. That's what I need. I'm going to just get blue paint on my fan, but you know, really that fan's gone a long time without getting paint on it. There we go. A little more wiped off. I should double check before I really get in here. Well, you know, we can double check people know we're here at this point. Let me get those air bubbles out of there. Just double check people know I'm here. The sort of service I provide. Let's see, is that? No, that's not what I want. This is what I want. Yep, no, I'm live. Okay, just double checking. All right, hang on. Put paint on that. Let me do the first cases report. All right. Now let's go ahead. Is that all the colors I want? Not a lot of green in there, is there? Should we have a little extra green? Last time I overdid the green. It doesn't mean we should have no green. Oop. Couple drops. White good and shook up today. Now we're going to be pulling it down, so I'm going to put all the white along here, along the top. Well, most of the white. I think we'll add a little bit here and there, just for kicks. Boy, that does not come out in a very steady stream, does it? All right, let's first of all, and again, get those air bubbles out. Continual chore. Oh, hey Dan. Oh, please lurk away. I'm going to try something similar to the last one I did, only I'm going to put a tree swipe in. No problem, you Mert. I just want to make sure you knew I was here. By that Twitter thing, Dan, have you been seeing all the people going, well, I'm getting out of here, I can't take it anymore. Over, Musk taking over Twitter. It's like, I'm sorry, did you think it was nice before? I don't know. I know I'm particularly jaded about these companies and how they operate. But I didn't have much of this. I shouldn't have started that in the center. I will get back on that. That is on me. Oh, actually, I could probably just turn that around. I will just turn it around. So I want this to stay fairly clean here in the center. And we'll just come down there. Oops. There's something on there. Not sure what. We'll come down there. That'll be fine. Something weird's going on there. I don't want to totally reswipe that. We'll come to that one. About that side. Alright. Now, how are we doing? You know, air bubble wise, I think we're okay. So I think I'm just going to sort of stand here for a second, look like an idiot, because I want this to, see, it's starting to sell up there, so I want to give it a minute to do that. Or maybe we'll check if there's air bubbles. Why not? We have a minute anyway. Let's have a little look-see. We'll get rid of them. Okay. We'll just sort of, we'll all just sit here and chat for a while. The thing is, this is still going to be vertical, and I wondered if I wanted to make this more horizontal this time. I don't think I like that line going right down there either. I might get some, oh, we're still sitting here. Start in here and put some background things in here, and then we'll probably give this a little bit of a tilt. That's what I'm thinking. Let's start with that, and I'm going to give it a bit of a tilt. See if we can get some of these down there. Shouldn't need too much tilting towards me, because that's where we ended the swipe, so there's probably plenty. I'm going to sort of do weird things with this where we tilt it. Do some sort of strange, I don't want it too much just straight up and down. I want it to kind of do some funky stuff. Oh, I might lose those lines I just made. Well, that's okay. That's why we experiment. We see what happens to us. It's interesting. A little bit more straight up and down than what I was hoping for. On the other hand, we've got some great coverage there. Let's move that. This side's a little funky. Let's see if we can move that a bit. And we'll come back here. It's a little more colorful than I thought it was going to be. Let's see here. It's a little darker. I wonder if I want to go a different direction with that. You know, it might be interesting even. It's turning it this way. That's interesting as well. A little different than what I thought I was going to do. Let's bring it back here. The only problem is right here on this, I can't get my swiper up. On this side, we didn't end up with any paint right there. Don't know why. It just sort of stopped dead. Probably did on this side too. So I'm going to try and get some in there. It didn't look bad the way it is though, I have to say. I like a lot of this. I'm going to get one of those type of sticks. I don't know if that's going to be enough to do what I need to do. I need something a little thicker than this. Okay, let's get a stick here. See if we could bring this up like, that looked enough like a trunk that I was wondering if we could bring that sort of up more. Make it not look more like it's a full-fledged tree there. It starts to peter out a bit color-wise. Could add more color to it. Maybe the first time. That looks like a tree already. Some of these things look a bit like trees. But it doesn't look enough like, what I was going to do was put like a tree there. I wonder if I want to make that more like, I'd like to re-swipe that even. in there. Don't know what happened there, there's just something got in there. Alright, now let me have a little look. These things never go the way I think they're going to. I wonder. That looks almost like a peak coming up there with a big tree on it. And that could be as well. This I kind of messed with. Look at that. I don't know if I like the way I messed with it. I could get the swiper back out. May well do. It's more of a secondary tree. Really what I was thinking I'd do. I don't know, this is really going the way I thought it was going to go. This tree is a bit too much in the middle, of course. You can always add to it, make it off to the side, maybe. Switch that and make that into more branch, I guess. Well, there's where we don't really have any paint. I again wanted to get kind of a forest view. I'm not 100% sure there. That's quite going the way I thought. Last time I used that gray color, which I didn't do this time. There's some pretty colors in there. Sort of right at us. I think it should be a little more in the background. So that's still going to look very close. I kind of wanted something to look a little further away. Oh, I see. Yeah, they go back here next week, Dan, so we'll be synced back up then. Yeah, next week here. Well, I'm glad I didn't try and get out even earlier then. That would have been even more pointless, wouldn't it? It's kind of pretty, but I don't know that it's got enough oomph going for it quite yet. I said I'd like to almost move these guys to the background. How I could do that. One way would be to make them smaller. Then we need to put in a foreground. What if we had these like they were on this, like the background of a shore or something? If you put a, like swipe that again to where it was like a body of water? Do we dare do that? I don't know. Oh, then we'd probably swipe it zigzaggy. Let's try that and let's see if we can create a shore for these guys. Don't know if we can, but let's try it. I'm desperate, I'll try anything. Okay, let's see. So if we wanted to do that, we'd do something like here. And let's kind of create a little watery area here. What we'd like to do. Probably should have continued with that, but at the time I was thinking I'd put a foreground in there. Now I'm not sure I want to do that. Can we stick it in there? Sort of. Okay, so say we started with something like that. You know, actually, that is not too bad. Those look further back, don't they? And then I was thinking if we put like a silhouette-y sort of thing here in front, and then maybe like a tree, that might work. It's so crazy, it just might work. I probably need some sort of water line or something there where that starts. Let's see here. If we do that, we add a little bit of a water line in there with a snapper. I'm going to try it on this side because I'm not sure, not too sure that'll work. I'll try it on this side where I'm not too sure. I guess that's okay. We'll bring that over there. And that's kind of the line where the separating the two halves. That's okay, I guess. And maybe make a little bit of a extra little showing. Okay. So straight across, but like there's foliage there. And we can take our, I needed to move this, I might have needed something a little different. Put those on there, and then these just sort of blend these back in there a bit. Okay. And then put like a dark area here, and then maybe do a tree swipe. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Let's just put some colors back down in here. Yeah, something like that. Sure, here I kind of goofed it up because I didn't keep going straight down. I don't know that it looks bad. It's a definite thing going on there. Well, we'll see. We'll probably deal with that. Right now, we need to get some sort of, you know what might work on something like that would be the blower. I'll get the small blower out here. I almost took the straw out of my drink cup. Wanted to just get, oh, grab the thing with that. It's been something sticking to that live thing. Lucky it didn't drop into the painting, isn't it? Alrighty, now does that look like we've got enough different colors in there? I don't think so. I'm going to do a little more of a brown sort of color in there, I think. Do a little bit of this. Where's my brush thingy? Let's use our brush thingy. Make some patterns here with this thing. that look too chaotic? Oh, the birds sound pretty out there. I don't know if you guys can hear them. Sound lovely. I heard an owl. I heard an owl at Mary's River when I was there today, even though it was daytime. I was very surprised. Now and then you hear them in the daytime. I guess they get disturbed by something and their little owl noises. I'm not sure that those colors work together like beautiful colors. I'm going to add some extra in there. Just something that would be like rocks or something. Do something like that. Anywho, let's go ahead and think about getting our big tree in there. I'm going to do that first, or do that next, rather. Actually, I think I'll just go ahead. I'm going to do that with this color. Oh, why not? Maybe we'll add some nice black in there. Let's get our swiper, a swiper, one thin one. There's a bunch of thin ones in here. Can I pull them all out? No, there's one. I should take those bubbles out first. Oh, go ahead and add some treeage here. And get our can end up being kind of a spooky Halloween tree with how things are going, huh? That's fine. Roots in there. Oh, that's getting some nice lacing in there too. I don't know why it is, but we won't argue with that. That's pretty cool stuff. Just bring that over there. A little thicker even. Make sure it's thick enough to make sense with the rest of that. I like the way that's lacing up there. Might switch to a stick soon. Sometimes these things spit on me, as you know. Well, not on me. That wouldn't even be so bad. They spit on me painting. On me, Find me a surface that isn't covered with paint at this point. I feel like I want to do a slightly lower branch. Oh, there's some big air bubbles in there too. See if we can pop some of those. I don't want to end up with big craters in my painting. Okay, yeah, I want to do a lower branch, I think. Actually, I think I'd like to break that up there. Break up this water line with a nice branch. I should have enough. I think I'll try the stick now. Just afraid of using that. Okay, so if we did that, could we bring one like just sort of out here, then maybe out like that? Probably need to get some darker paint. We can do that. I'll just put the two colors I'm using down in here, and then I can grab them as I need them. We also have those other little pointy sticks if we need them. But I like to break up these sort of straight lines. I mean, you know, you need that line there, definitely. But then I don't like a line that just goes straight across. So break this one up too, somehow. Pull one over there. Just keep breaking up these lines. So it's a little trickier because the paint gets thinner. If the paint's doing some funky things, we will counter. I noticed before this black has done some odd things. I'm not sure why. When it interacts with the other paint. I don't want to mess up that part. I kind of like that. I'll probably come over here at least. Let's go all the way in the water. We can do that. I need to grab my thinner swiping tool. Get some of these thinner branches. What do we think there? This is doing a dendrily thing that's really weird. So let's try and pull that out of there. So that men in distress. The men distress call. There. Maybe some other ones there. Another arm over that direction. I think I'm going to get the, I don't want to get it too speckly, but there's just so many air bubbles on there. Let's see if we can get them out of there. If it speckles up, I'll just fix it. Oh, no, that's fine. A little bit of speckling won't hurt a thing. You can just smooth that back out there, but it was just getting too many air bubbles. I was afraid I'd end up with them popping and they'd be huge craters in my canvas. Don't want that. I'll just go ahead and just unspeckle that back in there. No biggie. I don't like those colors. Still not sure about the foreground area, but I think we can worry about adding some more stuff to that in a bit. Any other weird black things on here? Yeah, I like those colors. Those are looking good. I'm not sure I like this huge watery area. Not that I put it in there. Yes, yes there are, Dan. I put a little owl right there, as a matter of fact. Right in there. Okay, that's a little trickier in that spot than I thought it was going to be. Let's see what we can do there. It's a little thicker here than I thought it was. So he didn't owl up quite like I thought. Pretty close though, really. I mean, considering. Of course. What I'd like to do is bring that head back down there. And the ear. Kind of a wild ear on that owl. Let that Probably let that set for a bit and then work on that a little more. It's destroyed that whole center area. That's me for you. It's not quite working. Let's work that back out there. Not quite what I needed to do with them. Oh, that looks a little better. Fortunately, we've got a lot of this light colored paint we can just sort of bring back in there. And then we can worry about what shape we want the owl. Get something a little smaller. Hopefully that won't spread as it sits there. It's the only danger, really. Spreading a little bit. I'll try and bring that back in. Okay, it gives the rest of it time to set while we do that. I need to do a little bit more with this. Get that stick back over here. For some reason, this just sort of dissolves into that in kind of a weird manner. It looks like he's got really long ears now. Let's try and shorten those ears back up here. And what we'll do is we won't try and put ears on him for the moment because they keep spreading. So let's try and just bring his head down maybe to a round sort of shape. And we'll worry about ears later. The more I do that, the more problems I cause. I get myself in so much trouble. Could have just waited there for a minute. Oh no, not me. I'm just not happy with this. I caused mayhem. Those dark colors, they just dissolve upwards. It's a weird thing. That looks like he's wearing a little hat. Alright, that is really weird looking, isn't it? I know what I'm doing now. I am so far down the rabbit hole. Oh, thank you, Dan. Yeah, we'll try and do that. That's an after it dries thing usually. You can't get that kind of subtlety often with the pour paint. But yes, you should definitely try that. Oh, I just destroyed that. It looked so good at one point. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cover that up a little bit. I'm not sure where I ended up with that. So let's just sort of pretend like I didn't just do that. We'll take that right back out of there. We'll worry about adding an owl later. How does that sound to everybody? For those of us that just goofed up that thing. Put a little bit more white in there, I think. And I'll go off into the sunset and worry a little more about this thing. Okay, let's try and cover that back up there. It was it was a spreading problem. Originally it was fine, but the way the paint was spreading was just really odd and otherworldly. So let's see here what we can do with that. There's a small stripe. Oops, shoot. Look at that. Just threw a bunch of paint right in the middle of that thing. Well, I wasn't sure I liked that part anyway. Good heavens. Well, there we went, huh? Well, let's see what we can do with that. Apparently this tree is going to hang way down there. Fix the top of this branch. Actually, that part that we kind of tried. Apparently, Min is not pleased over something. When are they ever? Those Mins. Actually, that isn't bad for a highlighted look, is it? Okay, let's see here. Do something with this one too. Remember if there's anything I was going to tell you guys. Probably not. Like I said, tomorrow's Halloween, so I'll probably be in the house. I'm just going to leave something on the porch for the kids, but I'll probably be somewhat monitoring it. I wonder why I bother with how often I seem to get waylaid by people when I'm out and about. But still, we have to try and keep as safe as we can, even useless though it may be. Oh, goodness. Well, I'm going to have to go look. The poor men. I know, right? I'm not overly sure about this one, but I think the water line's a little higher than I should have made it. Anyway, let me check on my man. He just keeps crying. Are you out here? What's the matter? What's the matter, huh? What you got? More snacks and you can come and get them. There's those. Get your couple walnuts. And this part here too is a little boring. It did. I'll show you in a bit. I guess I didn't post how it dried, did I? Yeah, no, it dried pretty well. I wonder if we wanted to add like some rocks or something in here maybe. What I was gonna do, and I still may, is mix some colors in a cut and drop it on to get those variegated dots like we were getting. Too, I think what I want to do, maybe do like some grassy things. Oh, that's kind of nice. Some grassy things in here. And those edges. This is the basic thing I was going to do with this, but I feel like it got off the rails a little bit. I'll have to see how this one, what happens to this one. But a lot can happen on these things. Some more grassier things on there since I got all this paint just sitting here. I might as well use it. But that helps a bit, doesn't it? Makes it look a little more lifelike. I finally joined Reddit. I'd always just looked at Reddit, but I never thought about joining it, so I joined that a couple days ago. Joined a pour painting group and Zentangle and ghost stories and stuff. Everybody seems real nice. That looks a little better. I like that with those in there. But yeah, I really should make a list of things that I definitely want to tell you guys, whether it's about shows or just pontificating. Whatever it is. Oh yeah, you know, that made quite a difference, those little bit of grassy things in there. Okay, so now I want to get something in this tree. I think I might still want a couple little extra lines in there. Look over here, there's sort of a disjointed thing going on there. And at some point, we'll probably stick with an owl in that branch. It's a good place for it, but I didn't realize how thick that paint was. You can't add details like that when the paint's really thick and wet because it'll just do what it did. It'll just sort of calm weird. So we'll probably put an owl right there, but I'm going to let that get it. I may even still do it with pour paint, but I wanted to get a little drier. All right, now, next order of business. We'll get some kind of cup. We've got plenty of these. This is a testament to how much rice pudding we eat, how many of these cups I have. I'm not sure if I need that. Let's put them in there. I think I'd like some pretty colors. Take this one. That's a nice one. How many colors do we have that are nice? Some of that one in there too. And maybe some of this one. Just a little bit of this one. Not sure if this will work. This is kind of an experiment. Maybe a little dark. And a little bit of this dark. And then I just, or even just pour it into another cup and back into one. I don't want to stir it. I just want to make it be different things. I think I put in too much of that teal. I think that's going to be too dominant. How can I pour this? I suppose I could just use a second cup. I've got so many of these, I'll never use them all. Really? I'm used to getting it at the, yeah, that doesn't have enough of the different colors in there. Like at Indian restaurants and stuff, it's always cold. So I'm more used to it that way, I think. I don't know where that min is, if it came down or not. Okay, that's a little bit more variegated. But not enough diversity of color in there. It just all turned to the teal. Maybe because there was too much teal, I don't know. Let's try a couple more colors in there. Okay, well let me try that. I thought that would just come off there. Seems to be sticking there. Boy, they fall off there easy enough when I don't want them to. It's okay, we can touch it a little bit. That works. What we can do is do some like this, then change the color a bit. I have it cold with whipped cream and slivered almonds. Sometimes a touch of cinnamon. The type we've been getting later has a bit of cinnamon on it. It's a Mexican brand, and they put cinnamon on theirs. I'm getting quite the variegation of colors I wanted to see. I'll try this again. I wonder if it would help if I pour it. I hate to do this in case I pour too much. But it seems to be suffering by moving it to the stick. There, pulled it out eventually. I went a little crazy in that one spot. I'll open it. So the idea is that'll represent the foliage. I want to get a little bit more decent color coverage there. Let's see what happens. It's got a little of the green in there. You know what I might do is get like a paper cup, because then I could make it a very thin opening. Maybe get some different size dots in there. This one it changes depending on how much paint's in there. I haven't tried blackberries. I often use the blackberries I have for scones, blackberry scones. The last of those this morning. I have to, I'm not sure how that's going to drop. Let me see. Drop one over here and see. Oh, that's okay. Yeah, some different colors in there. Oh, we need to get quite so many drops in there. I wanted to try this. I don't know really. I don't even know how well it'll work, but I thought it would be fun to try this for foliage, these different little drops. Okay, that's starting to spread weird, it's the only problem. I like the colors though, it's got lots of different colors in there, but they're starting to spread kind of funky. drop them in there. I kind of like that spot. I don't want to cover that up with anything. I kind of like the effect. Now it looks sort of like leaves and blossoms. See if we could add some white. Maybe even a little bit more pink. Oh, it's starting to dendril weird though. I didn't shake that up enough. That might totally be my fault. Just kind of move that around there in a little bit of a circle. You know what this would work really well for would be lily pads. That's some more like that little blossoms on those trees. Try to get around where those weird tendrils are. Some people can manipulate those on purpose. Make them into trees and stuff where the paint's going to do that funky thing, but I really do not know well enough to say. What are you doing there? See it there. There we go. Little drops in there. Probably want to get a few more like kind of over where the tree is. I need to do something though about that weird dendril thing. Try a little blue. Some blooms in there. The green didn't do that at all. Just that fuchsia did that weird dendril thing. I don't feel like that's got enough. See, like there it is. Oh, shoot! I not mean to pour a whole bunch on there. I'm gonna have to put something over that to break that up, so it looks like too big of a mass of color in there. Just kind of did something weird anyway. Add some in there. A little bit down in here at the end. Put a little bit in here where that thing cuts over there weird. Let's see. That big mass, that's way up there. See if we can add got any more colors in there. Oh yes, yeah. No, that would totally be a good meditating figure piece as well. As you say, it's got a lot of possibilities going on there. Let's see if we can add something on top of this just to break it up. After I did that stupid thing with it. Well, there's a lot of variegation in those. Good. Hopefully they won't dendril out weird. Okay, who is dendriling out that I need to deal with? Okay. Over there, and over here. Any place where there's a funky edge, I'll try and just put an extra dot over it. Oh, is it almost 6? Goodness. Goodness, time flies when one is dropping paint on this thing and messing things up. That's okay though. Today was a good experimenting day. I'm not disappointed. I tried something different. I'd be happy, successful, consider that a success just if you could do something different. So that nice little spot there for an owl, but I don't think I'm going to try it again after what happened. You know, what we probably need would be just a little bit, that's all very green in there. I think we could use some other colors. And I've been having so much trouble with this pink. Let me just shake it up really well. See if we can get that in there without it doing that weird dendril thing. And maybe a touch of this gold color. It didn't quite do what I wanted. Mistakes were made, or happy accidents if you want to be charitable. Okay, so let's try little dots of this. I probably should have used a paper cut, then I could have folded the edge a bit. That's okay. We work with what we've got to hand. Since I'm leaning into the flowering thing, I've got to put some lighter ones in here. I still have a couple of these left. I can still get a couple more in there. Wanted to join up. I had one just floating out there. I join it up there. Put a couple down. So it'd show more with the contrast, I think. I'll break up that line. That line is a little much. Yeah, I think that's interesting. These dots. I always like them on my backing sheet, so I thought well, what the heck? Let's try and see if we can get them on an actual painting. Why not? Now, maybe do. There's one little spot here, sort of funky. Look for any stray little funky things that need to be fixed. It's not too bad. A little bit of a dendril problem, but we fixed it. If we want to add some of those down in here too, that might be too much. Probably fine the way they are. Then yeah, we could put a little owl here, we could put a figure there, we could do a number of things with a tree like that. That's a little dark, isn't it? You know, I'm going to try a couple things. One is I'm going to zoom in, and then I think I'm going to try lightening this a little bit so you guys can see. I think I tried to do something with this before that I found I could do with the camera. Let's see, configure video, camera control. We'll go up a notch. Okie doke. Okay. Oh, that's better. That looks more like what it actually looks like. It was, I should have checked that. It was a little dark before. It still looks a little funky right here. I feel like it needs to. The tree should be a little more out here. It's okay, it's a little lighter there. I'm not very clear that it's still a tree. We've got some dark paint. Let's see if we can just add that in there. Okay. A little bit of these dotty things. I've worked out some of those. A couple little dotty things are okay in the scheme of things. particularly hurt anything, but not too many of them. Okay. Kind of went funky, didn't it? Well, it's probably fine. Can't be too precise on these things. It's a little out of focus. Pardon my glasses. I'm glad we broke this up. I wish I'd done the water line more here, or I'd done the hill up higher. But it's okay. At least it's not dead center. This is a little lower down. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. We'll let that go. I will bring the other one over here so you can see what that looks like. We'll just put this one on our drying rack.